Hey everyone, it's Jeannie with Talk To Me Tuesday. It is Wednesday, February the 8th. Hoping everyone had a wonderful week, a wonderfully crafty week. Let's see, this week's Kingdom Hearts pattern is the cave drawing. I know that some of y'all aren't familiar with the Kingdom Hearts, but it's a fruit that friends share, and they'll be together forever. So that's what this means. I originally thought about going in a lot of detail for the cave drawing, but in the end, I made a decision. Let's just keep it nice and clean and simple. And in the end, I think it's very effective. So I've actually already sewn it together with the Sora pattern. This is how I plan on putting it into the new quilt that I'm working on. So I've already sewn it together. The other thing that's being released today is the key, and I don't have a copy of the key. I don't know how I missed that, but I don't have a copy of the key. I have made them. They're on the other quilts, but I haven't made it in for this one yet. But anyways, that's what that is the Kingdom Hearts quilt along pattern for this week. Last week I was having a hard time hearing because of my ear. Well, it ends up taking a real drastic change for the worst after I had made my video. I ended up having to go back to the doctor. She gave me bunches of meds. I did start feeling better slowly. I still have a little bit of an echo going on, but what it boils down to is I probably shouldn't do as much sewing as I did, because it's like all of these ideas that I had in my mind, I couldn't pull them all together for what I needed to. So one of the first projects that I worked on, let me move out of the way just a little bit, is this heart quilt. I actually think it's really, really cute, and this is one of them quilts that I think looks better on camera than it does in real, because maybe it's because I'm too close to it and you really can't appreciate the pattern that's happening. And it on camera, I think it looks just a little bit better because it helps distinguish the pixelation. And I actually just used Quilt Assistant and just blocked it out, and just to kind of get me a plan going. And when I did this, I actually did it with the dark purples on the outside, and then the others on the inside. This is black and white, but that's how I actually drew it out. But when I put it together, for some reason I made a decision to just completely go random, and didn't quite work out. I mean, it's cute. It's a cute pattern. This is what's going to happen with it. The February the 14th, a Friday, at our school, we're having a fundraiser for SkillsUSA. We will be sending students to compete in different areas of trades. Computers, welding, building. Anyways, it's look it up. It's really interesting, but it'll give our students an opportunity to compete in their trade that they're training in. And so I thought it would be a really good Valentine's silent auction kind of thing. Nothing spectacular, just a nice simple silent auction to go into our silent auction that we have that week. So this is quilt 1. At the end of the day Saturday, I was pleased with it, but I wasn't excited about it. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to try this again. So I'm sitting in my chair and I'm kind of leaning over because I'm waiting on my meds to kind of kick in for my ear. I get out my graph paper, and I just start drawing another heart. Now originally I wrote in the arrow, but very quickly I decided not to do that, and I started how many, doing all the math, and as you see I've got little notes here, and I'm just laying there and working on that. Anyway, so I said, okay, Sunday, this is the plan for Sunday. And I drew it out a couple of times, you know, with all the notes and then without all the notes. And I had made a decision on purple and red fabric, and I was literally about a quarter of a yard short of the purple fabric. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just throw in a random few, I don't know, frosted purples in. I'm just going to throw in a random one, and that'll make up my quarter of a yard, because I really wanted to use this purple. Well, then I get it all done. Well, it's not completely done. I've got it into strips. You know, I've got it into strips, and I don't know, a couple of them were sections of 6 rows, and a couple of them were sections and just singles. But anyways, the more I looked at it, the more I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. So I had to make a decision. What am I going to do? Well, what I ended up doing is I go online. I go ahead and order another yard of fabric, and waiting for it to come in, and then I start picking out all of the purples. So let me show you what I got going on there. Okay, so this is it, and as you see, I still have some gaps. I had already put these rows together, and I just very carefully picked out the pieces. There was a whole bunch over on that side. I didn't like it. Now I do think this is very cute. I'm going just with this purple. I know I could have ended up going with strips since I decided to do it this way. Could have saved me a little bit of fabric, but in the end, I've got fabric on its way, so we'll fix that. And I do like it, now that I've taken all them little spots off of it. It was just, I don't know, it just didn't look uniformed. It looked like I was just trying to fill in the holes, and that's exactly what I was doing. So once the fabric comes in, I'll fix these little holes, and then I have a whole strip over here because I use this fabric to fill in the gaps. I'll have a whole strip over here to do, and then hopefully, if everything goes well this weekend, I'm going to get both of them quilted and bound, and I will take them into the school Monday. That is my plan. And then that way we can start showing everyone what we have for the silent auction. So that's what I am working on. Quilt along is going really well. It just tickles the mess out of me when everyone starts making the patterns and they start turning out like, you know, they didn't have any like major issues piecing. Or of course we've only launched a few of the easier because I wanted a nice easy start, and Jennifer was perfectly cool with that. Next week is going to be a little bit more challenging, so I'm anxious to also see how that's going to work out. Hoping everyone has an absolutely wonderful week, a wonderfully crafty week, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.